What's up, everybody? Derek here with the Break Podcast. I hope you had a great weekend and you're kicking this week off like a boss here on this Monday. Well, we're off to a great start here at the Break Podcast studio. Today we've got Randy Birdsong in from Headhunters TV. Randy was in here a few months ago on one of the earlier podcasts we did, but today it's for a great cause. He brought with him Miranda Fickert. Miranda is the director of a local St. Jude Children's Hospital fundraiser. They do a dinner auction and archery shoot. So the dinner auction coming up, I'm going to give you the dates right now so you can go on and search for it and get tickets for the event. But it's Friday, August 10th is the dinner auction. And it's a great dinner. It's free drinks. It's a lot of items that you can bid on in the auction and possibly win other raffles and things like that. But Friday, August 10th on that. It's in Poplar Bluff, Missouri. And then Saturday is the Archery Shoot. So it's a 3D tournament. So you can go to one or both of them, and it's in the Poplar Bluff area, the Archery Shoot is. So give it a listen. It's a great podcast for a great cause. I encourage everyone to get involved with St. Jude's Children's Hospital because it's just a great organization that's helping kids out. So give it a listen. Again, Randy Birdsong, Miranda Fickert for St. Jude Archery Shoot. Here we go. This is Derek Dernberger, and you're listening to the Break Podcast. Randy, it's good to see you again.
Thanks for having me, man.
The podcast studio.
Back for the second one.
That's right, round two.
Yep, I can't believe you're having me again, but
we're
going to go for it.
Well, yours was probably the most downloaded podcast that we've had so far.
Awesome. Nice.
Yeah, see? You're bigger
We're
than you
on
know.
to something.
You're bigger than you know. This one will be better because you brought a lovely sidekick.
That's right.
That's right.
And you all are with the
We-
St. Jude Archery
We are. We're excited that we had the opportunity for you to let us come over and talk today. So thank you.
Shoot. So you guys, what is it?
Eighth annual this year.
8th annual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's grown every single year, right?
Amazingly, yes. Last year, when we put it on, when we got it all wrapped up, we said, how in the world are we ever going to top that? So we're working really hard to make sure
And this
that
is
happens.
This is the third year for the banquet?
Yep, third year for the banquet.
8th year for the archery shoot. So
Okay.
Yeah, the banquet really, I think the banquet's going to end up getting way bigger than the archery shoot because the banquet's cool because there's something there for everybody. Where the archery shoot is a little more driven, 2 archers and 2 hunters. We got a ton of hunters that come out to the banquet, but even if you're not a hunter or you're not an archery shooter, you can come out to the banquet and there's something there for everybody. So it's grown into something pretty cool.
Yep. So it's 3 weeks away now.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about on the way over here. Like, holy cow, it's only 3 weeks. We got so much stuff to do. But
How did that happen? Yes.
some miraculously way, it always seems to come together.
It's it's the UPS and FedEx. That's how it happens because between now and then they're delivering like three times a day.
Yeah, they hate seeing my address come up. Somebody's sending something every day.
Yep.
Yep. Well, from what Tom Rainey tells me, he said if there's what did his text say? If there's he can count on one hand the top 5 people that have their stuff together, and you're on that list.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
He didn't mention you. Right?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm probably the most unorganized person there is. Somebody said, what's your role in this thing? I'm like, I'm just the mule. I just go out and gather stuff. I don't know what it is or where it's going. I just put it in a big pile. Say, here's for the St. Jude shoot.
Hey, we need a good mule. So, I mean, that spot was open. We filled it. Now we can move on.
Yeah, well, see, I always thought he was the talent, but I guess that's Nate. That's why he comes
Yeah,
in.
Nate's definitely the talent. Yeah, I'm behind the scenes guy. Hey, Tom, speaking of Tom Rainey, he's MCing this year.
Is he? Okay.
Is.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
And we didn't even have to ask him. He literally texted and said, hey, I want to MC. We're like, okay, Tom.
Let's do it.
That's a great job for you, actually. You love to talk, and hey,
Well,
glad to have you.
Yeah, the good thing is you won't need to give him a mic. You could give that to somebody else.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah, we don't even have
But
to
man,
do
it's
that.
fun though, man. There's so many cool people that's there from so many different walks of life. You know, like you and I will be there, and then a bunch of our industry friends, and we pretty much got, you know, television personalities from all the major networks, outdoor major networks, between Pursuit, Sportsman, and Outdoor Channel, which is cool. But then we also got friends and just that, not even in the hunting industry, just all kinds of cool people that tend to gravitate towards this event. And makes it really cool. It makes it a fun weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. You know, it's turned in. You were talking about how long it's been running, and it's turned into such an amazing event. So, you know, we started it, like, we were looking for a way to raise money for St. Jude, and I won't even get started on some of the silly things that we started. In the beginning, we did, like, Taco Tuesday, where we literally took orders for taco salads and you made taco salads. And let me tell you, the Archery Shoot and this banquet have way surpassed, you know, that. But we are in Southeast Missouri and people love to hunt. So, you know, we came up with the idea. I think it probably was this guy right here that we came up with the idea of, like, let's have an archery shoot. And it took off, and it has just, I mean, it's phenomenal. We would have never, year 1, 2, even 3, would have never pictured. We started talking about having a banquet probably in about year 3, and we were kicking it around, and we just didn't know, like, could we pull that off? Would anybody show up? And finally, in year 5, we decided to try it, and sold out the little venue that we had. You know, we picked not the biggest one in town because we weren't sure what
we didn't know how it was going to go.
Yeah, we didn't know how it was going to go. We didn't
want 10 people to show up in a place that seated 1,000. Like, oh man, this is fun. Yeah.
So, you know, last year was second year for the banquet, and we moved to the largest facility we have in Poplar Bluff, and nearly sold it out. I mean, we sold all the tickets that we had available. We figured out after last year we can fit just a few more in there, and had a few more printed this year to just really, really pack the house. But it's an amazing
and it's
event.
cool to see how everything kind of comes together, because it's so much about networking. It's just like you know,
right.
Your Tom's, you know, you and Tom are connected. We got hooked up with Tom. He brought you. And it's just like that throughout the whole thing, you know. I mean, you bring a lot of your people, we bring people, everybody else in the industry brings people, and then whether you're in the industry or not, like one of our good friends, Joel Weaver out of Tennessee, we just got him the other day. He operates a company called Yak Mat, and they stepped up, and they're one of our biggest sponsors. And then we've got Chris Word out of Tennessee, down in Memphis, one of our good friends. Memphis Tri-State Fence Association, they stepped up. They're one of our main sponsors, and it's cool just to see all these different, like I said, like there's so many different walks of life that come together, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're a hunter or not. I mean, St. Jude is something that everybody can relate to, and,
right.
and everybody loves to step up and be a part of it and help out, and it's just, man, it's such a cool event to be a part of every year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it is. I got a phone call earlier in the week. A buddy that I got to meet we would have never crossed paths, you know, ever. Georgia, he's in Georgia, and he called and he said, "Hey, I'm working on somebody in Kansas, and I just got a new connection for you. You know, they're going to be calling you, and they're actually like this. The second one." He's out of Fredericktown, which is like, I mean, an hour from me, you know, and he's hooked up with him, and I'm just like, this is amazing, the way it just starts pulling in, you know. People, like Randy said, they just step up for St. Jude, and I'm thankful, and we have a St. Jude family there that night to get to tell their story about how St. Jude has impacted them. And of course, that's just one family. And you know there are millions of them. But to hear firsthand the good that it does, and we've been to the hospital, and we get to tour the hospital, and like if anybody's ever been impacted by cancer, and who hasn't, then, you know, you can look around at a child and it's easy to see how people could, you know, get behind it. So it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, last year was my first event, and the VIP dinner dinner auction. It's a blast.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad you.
I need to know, are you in Heiser? Y'all got your suits ready this year? Are you ready to get back on the trikes?
I wasn't sure. Is that what we're doing again? The trikes again?
We might alter it a little bit this year, though. We might have a couple new surprises for everybody. But just be ready. Have your Superman cape ready.
Make sure it's got a little spandex in it, so it's not real tight.
Oh, really?
You know?
Okay. All right. Yeah. We'll probably throw something together, I'm sure.
All
I'm sure. Yeah, with
No,
the
it's-
unseat Don.
Yeah, exactly.
So I figured out why he's so good at it, why he won. He's used to driving a combine with
That's
the
right.
steering in the back.
That's right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
slow
you know,
and steady.
I hadn't
That's what
thought
it
of
was,
that.
yeah.
That's definitely an advantage.
I didn't tell everybody, but I'd been practicing for like 3 weeks, and I got out there and just made a complete fool out of myself last year.
He is
I wiped out a whole table, man.
Well, yeah, we Craig and we didn't have pole position, so we started in the back, and there was already a pile up, and I was caught in the carnage.
Everybody out there that's listening is probably like, what in the world are they talking about? That's why they need to
Yeah,
come and see
that's
this
right.
firsthand.
Exactly.
But last year we threw a little curveball. We had a personality trike race, relay race. We had 2-man teams, so
Yep.
it was something to see. There was some major wipeouts going on, mainly from me.
And that's been one of our major topics of discussion for our committee. Like, what are we gonna have them do this year? And we've got some great ideas. So definitely.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun things at the VIP dinner. That's just one of them. Last year we did that was a Calcutta that we did where we took all the personalities from the television shows and we auctioned them off, and then we did a relay race. But got an awesome steak dinner that night. We got live entertainment. We got a huge silent auction. I mean, just packed to the gills full of a lot of hunting stuff, a lot of stuff that's not hunting related, but just a crazy big silent auction, live auction. Got a lot of cool stuff. So
Yeah, the raffle table we were talking about earlier, we had $5,000 worth of merchandise on the raffle table
just on one
alone
table.
Oh, really?
last year,
Yeah.
not counting what was on the live and the silent auction and the separate little raffles that we have going on and everything. So it's a big if people are looking, for any kind of item really, but if it's outdoors, guns, bows, anything to do with the outdoors, it's going to be there. I mean, we've got grills, we're working on a Traeger, which is, super hot. We've got all kinds of coolers. We've got hunting trips and fishing trips. Like, these are top of the line. We've got 2 from Wyoming this year, so we've got a deer hunt and an antelope hunt we're going to auction. We've got our offshore fishing trip again. We've got a
northern Missouri, southern Iowa bow hunt, and then also a turkey hunt. Got the thermal hog hunt again from our guys from Trained Assassins down in Louisiana. Just a ton of stuff. Browning stepped up. They just sent 8 trail cameras the other day.
Yep.
So pretty much everything. Just like you said, guns, bows, crossbows, arrows, coolers, hunting trips. I mean, it's crazy the amount of stuff that we get brought in for this thing.
Yeah, and tickets are $35 a piece, and that includes a steak dinner. And Budweiser provides us unlimited drinks.
Right.
So,
it's a redneck paradise.
It is. It really is. That sounds like
Get your dang tickets for
steak dinner and all you can drink
That's
beer.
right.
Plus fun, plus entertainment. Yeah,
and it's all for a good cause.
That's
Can't go
right.
wrong.
Yep. This year, Nate Hosey is going to be playing again, but we also have Hunter Hathcote is going to be there, and then
Drew Hoffman.
Yeah, Drew's
all
coming
3 of
too
them.
again this year. So we're gonna have some amazing live entertainment. We're gonna have them play this year during the social hour some.
Yeah, good.
So we had some recording music last year, but by the time those guys got to play, it was later in the evening, and some people had left, and we really want them to hear the quality of music. So we're gonna put them on earlier on the lineup some too. I think especially Hunter is gonna play, and maybe Drew. During a little bit during the social hour, and so everybody gets to really hear and just come out and enjoy. So
Yeah.
it's a good time.
No, that is good. So who's on the lineup coming this year as far as the industry pros?
Yeah, so the personalities that we got the guys from Inside Outdoors, which is on the Outdoor Channel, Dave Poteet and Tim Anello and those guys. You guys from The Break, Nate and I will be there from Headhunters. Craig Fitz and Slade Priest will be there from Trained Assassins on the Sportsman's Channel. Believe Don and Candy and Jason Bosaw will be there from Whitetail Freaks.
Got the jury.
Yep, got Brick Stewart, Brandon Jennings from Bow Madness. Who else we got?
Jeremy and
Jeremy and Steph. Jeremy Moore does stuff for North American Whitetail, and then they also got the dog bone stuff. And then who are we forgetting? It seems like there's one more that I can't forget.
Is that it? I think that's
They can go to your Facebook page too.
Yeah, I
That's
think that's I think that's all of them. I think we covered all of them.
It's amazing. We're working on one more, and we're not going to say because they haven't committed. But I work on several nonprofits, just being involved, in the community and that kind of thing. And we were talking about. I had a committee meeting actually earlier today, and they were talking about raising money and like how do you do it? How do you do it? And I said, the people that we're involved in the industry are so giving, because it's so amazing. Randy has so many connections and that kind of thing, but the sponsorships, the amount of items that people give, the fact that people just come in and will be here for that event. Like you're not going to find this quality of talent in one location.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in Southeast Missouri. It's amazing. People should, I think it's a nice secret even still out there, but the word is getting out because I told Randy on the way over here, we're getting really close on tickets, and the majority this year people are buying tables. They're not buying a couple tickets. They're buying a whole table to come out to the event. So it's pretty neat to see the
So if you want your tickets, you
get
them
quick.
quick.
That's right.
You better
For
get them quick.
$35. I mean, you can't go to Outback Steakhouse.
No, and
it's
a good meal too. I mean,
Yes.
you were there last year, but the lady with Karen Campbell
Yep.
caters it, and man, she does a outstanding job. It's
around
awesome food.
around Southeast Missouri, you say her name and people are like, "What of it? Where?"
Yeah, she's
where did I
pretty
get
well
it?
known.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
So Budweiser, they
Yeah.
get on board every year and support us. So it's phenomenal.
It really is. No, it's in a table. It's 8 at a table. You
Yep.
can get a table for
$350.
$350. Yeah, so you're getting another discount. Yeah.
Yep.
This is date night for my wife and I, for sure.
That's awesome.
No, we appreciate you guys coming back, man. It's always
right.
awesome to have you.
Yep. So the archery shoot, that's Friday night. The archery shoot is Saturday.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
Pretty much all day Saturday, and it's kind of a trickle start. We'll start at 8 o'clock in the
Yep.
morning, and then they can come out and register to shoot
All the way up till 2.
Till 2 o'clock. Yeah. So it's what do we normally do 20 3D targets, and then we'll have some novelty shoots kind of mixed in throughout the range. So it's fun. It makes for a fun day, and then we usually have a big silent auction that day as well too. So
Yeah, last year we had we probably had 150 items on the silent auction Friday night and another 100 Saturday.
Yeah.
If that tells you how much stuff we
lot
gather
of
up.
stuff.
So we've got an amazing committee that does a lot of work. But the archery shoot Saturday, like I said, that's what got us started, and people love it. They come to expect it, and it's we usually have upwards of 175, 200 shooters, and not counting the families that they bring out and everything that day. So it's
and we'll have good food out there too, drinks and everything. So yep, come hungry.
The novelties are pretty cool. Last year we added an addle.
Yeah.
The spear throw, and it was like one of the most popular we've ever had.
I bet.
So
I think I'm gonna make Nate hunt with one of those all this year. See how he does it.
think
I
he
could
hit
hit a broadside of a barn with those things.
think he can hit a turkey in the head with one of those.
See how good you are now, Jose.
Yeah. Well, yeah, nobody has a chance to ever sling one of those, or
Right.
whatever you call it.
2 or 3 years ago, we had a guy show up and actually shoot the range with one. I mean,
Really?
that's
This guy was like comparable to Rambo.
he was
No
amazing.
kidding.
I mean, he was unbelievable.
Yes, I mean, he gave the show that day. Just people were following him around, just watching him, and he actually just came out and paid his $15 to shoot the range.
Yeah, and he drew a crowd. Everybody.
Yes.
I bet.
Yeah, I wouldn't stand within 50 yards of the guy and let him throw the thing at me. I can tell you that. He was deadly.
He was. And that's where we got the idea, actually, because everybody was so drawn to that. So last year we hunted up, where to buy these things, and we actually, bought our own so that people, if, we can destroy our own property if we need to. But it was a cool deal. So.
Have you been practicing with them? Have you?
I haven't.
Yeah.
I haven't. No.
his practice on those was kind of like his trike practice. There were maybe a few crashes along the way.
Not good.
There's some hills out where we live, and that trike.
After I crashed that trike, that one into the table last year at the event, we may have to put him back in the pits.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he might be out of commission.
Yeah, we had one that we had to disassemble it and use it for parts.
That was the show last year, though, man.
Yeah.
Everybody was standing up just watching the crashes last year. That made for a fun night.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there enough room to go around the entire?
That's what
loop?
we're trying to figure out. We're trying to map it out, and then this year we're talking about possibly doing it as a. We still want to do it as a relay, but we're talking about maybe like splitting them up, and half of them you got to go to a station, and then you've got to complete that before your partner can take off, and then as soon as you complete that, your partner takes off and then goes to the finish line.
Yeah.
But we're trying to come up with something good
at that station.
Like,
what are they going to have to do?
Like, what do you got to do to advance? What do you got to do to be able to...
Well, I know we used to do in college in the fraternity.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear it. Yeah. What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if that's family friendly or not.
Maybe some of that going on at the river this weekend, right?
I need to edit that.
But we need ideas, though. We need ideas for what you have to do to advance in this relay.
Yep.
I don't know. I've seen those archery disc throw. There may not be enough room for that where you shoot the foam.
That's the only that would be something like that would be super cool. But we also got to watch out for there's going to be so many people in there. It's like, what can you do that's not lethal? You know, some kid takes one in the eye.
They got them with the. The Nerf balls
that
on
could
the end,
be
like this microphone.
That could be kind of cool. That could be cool.
Of course, it may take forever to complete the race because I never hit it.
Exactly, exactly. Like it's got to be something. It's got to be something that's doable, but not super easy. I don't know. We've been racking our brains on it for the last couple weeks, but we got to come up with something.
Yeah, yeah.
But we want to keep the trikes. We want to keep the trikes in at least one more year because they were a hit last year.
That was a hit.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable how hard they were. You think you just try to go straight, fast.
No,
and I mean you move it. No. Yeah, it's a train
Lock
ride.
up
Yeah.
with your
That's why my buddy Joel. I think he bought like 2 or 3 teams in the Calcutta, and he said I bought the 2 teams that I thought was going to win, and I bought you out of loyalty, and then you crashed the 2 teams that I had my money on. Thanks, man.
Love you too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We may getting a bid on Randy's team this year may be difficult.
It's going to be a fun night though, man. We want everybody to come out and, like I said, they need to be buying tickets because they're going fast right now.
They are. Yep. Whole tables are going fast for sure. So.
I guess you could also, if you sell out, could you do something like, a social ticket after entertainment ticket?
Yeah.
We could probably sell a ticket to the after party.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I mean.
Probably be worth more than the ticket to the
exactly.
banquet.
Yeah.
Yep. That's. I think we may have to block the road off this year, and we're definitely going to have some shuttle service. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a blast. But yeah, everybody needs to get their tickets for sure because I couldn't believe it was free drinks when I went there last year.
You don't see that.
No.
I mean, anywhere, like any of the banquets that you normally go to, you go in and your ticket gets you your meal and your, but normally you're paying extra for VIP to get to meet these people, and then you're paying extra for drinks and the fact that it's all included, is an amazing event.
Budweiser's really stepped up there in town and helped us out with the event.
Yep.
They've been awesome to work with.
Yep. That's good. A lot of local businesses get behind you too, I would assume.
Amazing.
Everybody,
yes.
It's cool though when you go to them and they want to know, well, what are you raising money for, and you tell them St. Jude. Man, people are so willing once they know because it's just such a good organization. I mean, it's just there's not much better out there. I don't think.
No, there really isn't. So you guys, I mean, you've generated a lot of money for them. So your first year, I mean, last year was a record year.
We won't talk about Taco Tuesday, but
right, yeah.
After that.
We brought in $73 on Taco Tuesday.
Last year we grossed almost $100,000.
Yeah, see, that's awesome.
But it is cool to see how it has grown because back I don't know what they made with the taco stuff, and then we did I think there was a tractor pull one year, but it is cool to see the progression because and then once we started the archery shoot, I think we did like 10,000 maybe, and then we did like 20, and then and then it was like 40, and then it was 60, and then it just every year it's really grown. So that's pretty cool to be able to go back and see where it all started and how it's grown to where it is now.
Yep.
Yeah, no pressure, right?
Yeah,
no pressure.
Yeah. You'll bust it again, I'm sure, this
Miranda,
year.
she cracks the whip, man. Every year she's like, "Oh, we got to do it bigger. It's got to be bigger. We got to raise more money." It's like,
you better get your butt at that committee meeting. Like, we need your help.
I don't know how we're going to raise any more money. But some way, somehow, every year it seems like we do.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's just because of all the great people that's behind it and that gets behind it and supports it and all the hard work that everybody puts into it.
Mm-hmm. Now, to St. Jude, I guess you have to let them know that you want to do some sort of fundraiser for them, and they get behind you.
Yeah, they're very supportive. I have a liaison that I work with from St. Jude, and they line up the family because there's all kinds of permissions. There's all kinds of like HIPAA laws that enables them to be able to come and talk, and they have to be cleared through St. Jude and all that. So I work really closely with them, on the event, and we're in charge of it, though. That's the cool thing. They turn us loose, and they give us a little media as far as like, what do you want on the tables, and and St. Jude logo stuff and that kind of thing. So they're very supportive in allowing us to do that, but they pretty well just step back and let us run it. So that's pretty cool.
Derek, did you hear that word she used? Liaison. and that's why she is in charge of everything.
That's right. Yeah, I quit listening to everything you said after that. So I'm trying to figure out what that word is.
For all those rednecks out there listening, what is a liaison?
Okay, my contact person at St. Jude.
Okay, now I'm with you again.
Come back around. Come on.
No, that's good. So, is it a local family, or you don't know? I mean,
I don't know yet, actually. They haven't told me who the family's going to be. We gave them a name of the St. Jude family that's actually from Corning, Arkansas. So, within 20, 30 miles of Poplar Bluff. And they were going to vet them through St. Jude and see if they were on the approved list to be able to come and speak. But it could be that family. Year before last, it actually was, we didn't even know it until that night. They showed up, and it was a kid from Poplar Bluff, and we were so excited. Like, his parents were one of our sponsors, and we didn't even know until he showed up and spoke at the event, and we put it all together. We're like, oh my goodness, that's so, and like, so, I don't know yet who it's going to be. But.
Yep. And man, it's amazing. Like, and a lot of people out there listening might not know a lot about St. Jude or how it works, but it's pretty amazing how that hospital operates. They operate 100% off of donations, and they don't turn down anybody that's 18 or younger. And they put them up. They take care of them. They do anything they need at the hospital, and then also take care of, I think, meals, travel, and lodging while they're there. So. And like I said, they completely operate 100% off of donations. So.
And their average donation size, I'm speaking from a couple years ago, so I may be off just a little bit, but it was just a little less than $25.
Really?
So if you think about the over $1 million it takes a day to run the hospital, and the fact that their average donation is $25. I mean, like, people think, I could make a difference to that,
Right.
but you are making a difference. Just buying your $35 ticket is making a difference because, we've got sponsors that cover the cost of the event, but if you're there, and if you buy a raffle ticket or if you bid on an auction item, you just made a difference to a family, so it's a big deal.
And every dollar that we make off this event goes straight there. A lot of people ask us that, but every dollar that we make goes straight to the hospital.
There is not a single paid. we don't have a single paid staff member. Nothing.
Everybody's doing it out of the goodness of their heart.
Beg and we beg for everything. Like, if we can get food donated for the Archery Shoot concession, we get it donated. The auction items are donated. If we can get like everything that we can get, we are bare bones.
We try to generate every dollar we can.
Yeah.
Because you think about that, it pretty much cost them almost $500 million a year to run that hospital. So every dollar counts.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really amazing. They got that. I mean, everybody gets behind it, but the average donation $25. So that means a lot of people
are donating $25.
$25.
Yep. It's it's a cool deal. And we take it for granted that it's in Memphis, which is just a couple hour drive for us, but there are people in New York that are behind this thing. There are people in, Washington State on the other side of the country that have heard of St. Jude and are sending people.
And just goes to show you how many kids that they've touched all over the country. They got people coming from not just this area, but everywhere all over the country.
Yep. We have people in Georgia, that are supporting our event, so it's pretty cool.
Well, that's probably him.
It's maybe a connection.
Yeah, it could be. No, that's good. Yeah, it is a great event. I can't wait to get going again.
Try your hand at the Addle on Saturday.
Yeah, I didn't get to do it last year. I had to roll out of there early. Yep. Yeah, but this year I'll be around for the whole event.
Good. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, we're working on another novelty this year that we're hoping that we can. It'll be a two-person competition. So you're gonna shoot against someone, and we're hoping that all day we can have one of the celebrity, guests there to shoot. So one of the people that come out to pay and shoot the range. Yeah. When they get to that one, you'll get to shoot against somebody who is a professional in the industry,
Use that word loosely now.
Right, yeah.
Take your best shot at beating somebody who does this for a living, so it'll be a cool event.
No, good. And it's at the MDC, so the MDC gets behind you to...
Yep. Yeah, we have a local archery club, so Indian Creek, and then they actually, every first Saturday of the month, they have a shoot that they put on. So, actually, it's second Saturday.
Yeah, I think second
Saturday.
Yeah.
So they actually do a lot of the work for us on setting up the targets and all of that.
And they've got all the targets and all of that. And then we kind of just got with them and combined one of their already dates that was in existence, and we just kind of devoted it towards the St. Jude shoot. So
so they're gracious enough to let us use their targets, and their guys do a ton of the work and everything, and they'll be out there all day, just running around and helping and everything. So it's nice. The range, the only bad thing about it is maybe the porta potties. But you're in the woods, you guys are used to that, right?
Yeah, that's no problem. Are you gonna have the electronic pop-ups again this year?
I don't think they're going to do the pop-up this year.
I don't think so. We haven't got a ton of response. We really thought that would be a popular deal, but the 2 years that we tried it, which the first year...
First year was monsoon, right? Wasn't that first year?
Yeah. Was it last year that it broke down? I think it broke down last year. So...
technical
issues. But, we haven't had a ton of, response. We do have... the long shot, which is a $500 cash prize on that one. So, if you hit the target on that one, you get, somebody gets to take home $500.
Did anybody win last year?
They didn't. Yep. No, they got really close.
That's always a popular one, though. Yeah. Everybody likes to stretch.
Right.
Stretch their bow out.
Yeah, over 100 yards.
Yeah, see if you can hit that. And we've, like I said, we've really got some fun ones. What do we call this one? What's your...
Thread the needle?
Yeah, thread the needle, which my husband swears like somebody's going to get shot, but no, it's a really cool picture, it's a pipe shot. So you shoot in one
It's a big loop.
Okay.
Yep, so you got to shoot like inside of an inch pipe, and then whenever you shoot it inside that pipe, it follows the pipe all the way around in a huge circle. And then pops a balloon when it comes out the other side.
So how you make an arrow curve around this pipe, I'm not really sure, but it happens. It shoots a balloon on the other end, and the balloon has, like a little piece of paper in it that gets you a prize.
Oh, cool.
It's a really...
I didn't see that.
It wasn't there last year.
Okay.
We've done it a few years back, and it wasn't there last year. We took its area for the pop-up last year.
I gotcha.
But since we're not doing the pop-up this year, we get to take it down, and
we're putting it back. We're putting it back in. It's coming out of retirement this year.
So how far is the shot to hit the...
It's usually about 20 yards.
To hit the pipe?
Yeah.
Yep.
And... for safety, we have all kinds of backup.
Right.
We have all kinds of backup foam and targets and, everything else. It looks like seeing us haul this thing out there. I mean, it's ridiculous. We have trailer upon trailer of, apparatus, and
there's a lot goes into these things.
Yeah, there is.
Getting them set up between the banquet and then too, like, we roll right out of the banquet on Friday night, and then
1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, it's usually in the wee hours of the morning, and then we're back at the archery range on Saturday morning at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, setting up because we got to be up and ready. People start showing up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun weekend, but it's a long weekend
one,
for sure.
right? Yeah.
And then he didn't even mention the friendly little golf competition on Sunday.
Yeah, then we usually have a little gentleman's golf outing on Sunday.
Oh, really? Okay.
Little side bets going on.
Which all goes to St. Jude, Yeah, but
but that's not advertised.
it's not advertised. It's not a formal event. But if somebody's interested in playing golf on Sunday along with the guys, I bet we could get them in.
Yeah.
It's a fun event, and it doesn't start real early on Sunday. Maybe after a little breakfast and a sleep in, but it's so much fun. We work really hard at it, and our committee does, but we have it as much fun as anybody, probably more, to get to see it go off.
Right.
And cross your fingers that nothing goes haywire. And so far, besides the monsoon year before last, it came a toad strangler. But aside from that, there's probably a hiccup here or there that we notice. Hopefully nobody else has, but it's like, we really don't get any complaints. Most of the time people are just saying, hey, that was fantastic.
Yep.
And we want your feedback. If people have ideas, if people want to get involved, if there are people listening and they want to get out there and, hey, I want to be involved next year, or I want to volunteer at the archery shoot or the banquet, call me, because we will put them to work.
Right.
There's always something to be done for sure. So
I just noticed going from liaison to toad strangler.
Yeah, you like that?
I'm well-rounded.
She's a sophisticated hillbilly.
That's true. It is true.
I can say I've never heard that before, but I want to use it.
You've never heard toad strangler? What? We done got in the northern part of the state.
Yeah, that's right. No, we're not quite north. Well, I think Cape is kind of the cutoff for north and south.
That's right. You're right
But
above the line.
Yeah, I live down in Benton, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I'm still south.
Well, you can use it then.
Right. So you do get some time to relax. You at Current River relaxing this weekend. I saw your pictures.
Yeah, we was over there this weekend.
Yeah.
We got a cabin over there and been trying to fix that thing up, man. Like I needed one more project to do. But we've been working on it, and now about the time we got it done, it's just about time to get back on the road and start hunting and filming again.
That's right.
Yeah, I'll be in. I go to Houston this weekend for a thing for Sportsman's Channel, Outdoor Channel down there. They're having a big outdoor fest, and actually doing a trapping seminar down there.
Oh, really?
This weekend, first time for a trapping seminar for me. So
yep.
I'm excited about that.
He tried to go Facebook Live this weekend, and his wife shut him down.
Oh,
so.
really?
It was a good call.
Well, I saw the Instagram story, that's live. She shut you down on that one too, or something?
No, I don't think I got shut down on the Instagram story. No. We had a large time this weekend. Good time. Yeah. How's your fall shaping up, though? You got a lot of stuff lined up?
Yeah, I'm going to Colorado the first week of bow
Same
season.
place that you went last year? Okay.
Yeah, I drew a mule deer tag this year.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm going to do a combo out there.
That'll be
I'm just
fun.
going to shoot the first elk I see to get some meat. And then
Where
try
do
to
you
kill
go?
Hooker Mountain Outfitters, which is north of Steamboat Springs.
Gotcha. Awesome.
Yeah,
They
way
got
up
a ton
northwest.
of elk in that area, too.
Yeah, there's nothing big, but usually nothing big. I mean, if you kill a 300 incher, that's huge.
Shoot,
Hey, if
that's
you're
a
out
good
there
area.
hunting them, does
That's
it get
right.
better?
Just being in the
No.
mountains hunting elk, man.
That's
right.
Yep. Don't get much better than that.
I love it out there.
Yeah.
Yep.
My husband took me I guess it's been almost 5 years ago now, because it was before we had our little one. Oh, we did a backpack hunt.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was real.
Were you pregnant at the time or no?
No.
That was the next day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah. It was tough. I thought I was prepared, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but I see what you guys do. Well, I guess, not every hunt is like that,
No.
but
This one, yeah, mine's really casual.
I try to stay close to the biscuits when I go.
We had biscuits. You just added water in that bag, and gave it 5 minutes, and they swelled right up.
Every time I do one of them backpack trips, I go and then I go off somewhere and die for about 3 months, and then I start hunting again.
Yeah, but you always want to go back. You hate it at the time, but
no, that's
it's
right.
Your best hunt ever.
Oh man,
when
yeah,
you
the
have
memories.
time to recover.
That's right.
Gives you something
about
to
it.
talk about later.
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah, you almost were biscuits on your bear hunt. I
Oh
saw.
man, yeah, that was intense. My wife was not happy about that.
Yeah.
And he didn't even bring home a bear. I mean, I'm like, you got that close that many times and you didn't shoot a bear? I mean, how does that happen?
Man, I saw this big one like 2 different times, and I had my heart set on him, and he was smart. You know how the old bear, I mean, the smaller ones, they'll just run in there. I mean, they'll just run in there and eat all the time, but those big ones, man, they don't get big by being dumb.
Right.
And I seen that one 2 different times, and I really wanted to shoot him, and I just never could get him in there. I kept passing these other bears, and the last night, we ran out of camera light, and we walked out, like we had like a little trail. We walked out like 50 yards behind us, and there was a clearing right there. And wouldn't you know it, I passed 6 bears that last evening, and we lost camera light and walked out there, and that joker was standing right behind us, 50 yards. Yeah.
You gotta shoot that dude, right? I mean, film or no film, like just
right.
run the
The audio.
the audio
Yeah.
on it, right? And like, yes.
Yeah, I mean, camera saved another one.
Yeah,
But,
that happens a lot.
oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the stuff that everybody doesn't see.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a fun hunt. Like I said, it was intense. I don't know how many bears that we had within 5 yards of us, but it was a pile of them. Well, I was trying to shoot one super close. I was set up 3 yards from the bait, and I was wanting to shoot one like
That's stupid.
point blank. Yeah, so that's just stupid. Yeah, we got charged 3 different times. I literally stopped one bear 1.5 feet from me. Like, I didn't know if he was going
Punch
to
him in
stop.
the nose,
Yeah, I
right?
could have.
No kidding.
It was crazy. Yeah, but it was a fun hunt. But yeah, I didn't bring home a bear, unfortunately. But that's the way it goes
Yep.
sometimes.
Anybody in your crew go?
Yeah, we.
Bring one
I think there were 7 shot that week, something
Wow.
like that. Yeah.
They weren't nearly as picky as him, apparently.
No, they
No.
weren't. They weren't as picky. Like I said, I could have shot a lot of them. I was really holding out for the one, and just didn't work out.
My husband was the same way. He went hunting this year, and elk. I'm after elk. Like, I want meat in the freezer,
Right.
right? He's trophy hunting. Like, crap.
Yeah. Well, last year was my first year ever elk hunting.
Awesome. Did you kill
Was
it?
it really?
No, yeah.
Oh dang!
Where'd
yeah.
you go?
Hooker Mountain.
Yeah.
Same place.
Yeah.
You're
I
hooked
missed.
now, though.
Yeah, I am hooked. Yeah. It was so hot. It was opening week of bow season. It was 90 degrees the entire week.
Oh, man.
I saw elk one day, missed at 70 yards.
Right. Now like you said, now you're hooked. You're going to be,
Yep.
now you're going to be
Every year.
counting points.
Oh,
and-
yeah, every year. No, I'm not counting points yet.
No.
Or, yeah, not yet. No.
Is that over the counter tag
It's
there where you
yeah.
go? Oh, that makes
Yep.
it nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's a lot of big mule deer. So the goal is to kill a cow or whatever, a legal
Meat.
bull for meat, and then I'm going to trophy hunt
Right.
Mule deer.
a mule deer.
That'd be fun. That'd be
Yeah.
a fun trip.
Oh,
when
yeah.
do you go in September? 1st of September, you said?
No, it's actually the last week of August.
Oh, so you're
Wow.
going to be there. Yeah, you'll be there the first week of season.
Hot.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot
Yes,
again.
Probably. I guess, if you get lucky.
That'll be you'll be able to shoot a big velvet mule deer though, maybe.
Yeah.
That'd
yeah.
be cool.
No, we do get into velvet.
Yeah.
pretty
Most
super
of them
cool.
are still in velvet, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be a fun trip.
Man, last year, you were talking about getting charged by a black bear. So we were hunting out there. We sat over an alfalfa field. It was the day after I missed my elk, so I'm going back to that same place. And I had a cameraman with me at the time. So we set up on this hunt. So we set up on this alfalfa field, same place I missed. Well, here comes just a monsoon, a toad strangler, like you
Toad
said.
strangler.
Yeah.
Southern Missouri terms.
That's right. So, I mean, it's just pouring, and you look at the mount. I mean, you looked, and it looked like it was going to rain for days. So I told my guys, like, let's just go. I mean, I'm not going to ruin all my gear out here. So we packed up our stuff, started walking out, and then I don't know if the clouds come around the mountain to drier air, and it just all just disappeared. It was the weirdest thing.
The mountains
I've
are
ever
crazy
seen.
like that, man.
Yeah.
It can change so quick. I've seen it so many times do that. I mean, it go from sun shining to just coming a complete monsoon, and then it can go vice versa, and it'll be sun shining again.
Yeah, that's the way it
wild.
was. I couldn't believe it. It's just like the cloud just gone. Like the moisture got sucked up. So we're down in this lower alfalfa field, and it was when it was starting to clear, I was like, well, let's just hang out here and let's see if it clears, and then we may go back. So as we're sitting down here, I start cow calling, yelping. What I say? I start yelping down there. That's what I sounded like probably. For about 10 or 15 minutes, and then we just, it cleared up, so like, let's go back to where we were. So we go back to that top alfalfa field, and we sat back down again, and as soon as we got set up, I could hear elk come crashing down the mountain. It's oak brush, a lot of oak brush, which is about 10, 15 feet high, and just super thick, so you can't see anything, but you can hear it.
Right.
A herd of elk running down the mountain. So it sounded like they ran down to that lower field where I was earlier. Told my cameraman, well, I called them in, obviously. So
Yep, I'm that good.
Clearly.
Yeah.
You just missed them.
Right. So I started yelping up here, whatever, squealing, I guess. Started calling up here for about 5-10 minutes, and the lights started going down, started getting dark. Nothing came. So I told my cameraman, I was like, let's pack up. Let's try to sneak down to that lower field. They're probably just hanging out down there. So I reach over, grab my stuff that's on my right, and I stand up, and I see a mountain lion 30 yards running away from me.
Crap.
He'd been stalking you the whole time you were
was
calling.
hunting me.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
You have to go back and change your underwear?
Well, it was weird. I thought I'd be freaked out, but I wasn't. Now, my cameraman was a little rattled, I think. What was that? It's like, that's a mountain lion. He's like, I thought it was a groundhog. I was like, a groundhog and a 7-foot tail.
Yeah. The crazy thing about that is the only one that I've ever seen in the wild. I was elk hunting too, and same thing.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't 30 yards. Mine was probably 125 yards.
Yeah.
But we were sitting in a little meadow in New Mexico elk calling, and he come out and started hunting right down the edge.
Yep.
And that's the only one that I've ever seen in the wild.
Well, yeah, I know guys that have gone to Hooker Mountain for 8, 9, 10 years, and they've never seen one out there.
Right.
And it was... So I guarantee you what happened. He was just chasing those elk down
Yeah, he ran
mountain,
them off the mountain.
Ran them down the mountain, and then, they
It
split
could have
up.
been your
Hey, if I was you, I would just go with the
calling.
calling.
It could have been.
Yeah.
It probably was.
And then I
break
called
the
the
brush
mountain
down
lion
to get
in.
to my
Yeah,
calling.
right. Yeah, exactly. I called the mountain lion in because he figured that's the sick one. That's going to be easy to
Yeah,
catch.
that's the easy one there.
So,
That would not sound exactly right.
right. But I guarantee you, he circled around, and he had to, because when I saw him running away, he was at 30.
Wow.
So he had to. I bet he was
Yeah.
10 feet. He could have been 10 feet behind us, and we not even know it.
He must have just got in close to you and winded you or something and then took off.
Maybe, or when I started moving,
Yeah,
he
figured it out.
Yeah, figured it out and took off.
30 yards in a mountain lion, that's too close, man.
Yeah. And that's when it was running away when I saw it at 30 yards.
Yeah, no telling
diagonal
how close
away
it was.
from me. Yeah.
Man.
No.
But yeah, so that's my bucket list hunt as a mountain lion. That's what I really want to do.
I want to do that too. I've never shot one before. Mm-hmm. That's on my list too.
Have you eaten one?
I haven't.
They're super good.
That's what I hear.
Yes.
I've tried bobcat.
Have you? I've never ate
Bobcat tastes a lot like pork.
Okay.
Was it
well, that's what
Bobcat that we
mountain
had
lion-
at the outdoor thing
This
Yep.
year? My son loved it. I mean, he went back for seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard mountain lion's about the same as bobcat too.
Okay.
I-
Mountain lion's a lot like pork too.
Yep, I heard it's really good.
Same
I didn't try
texture.
it.
It's sweet. You didn't? Huh? Somebody could have said it was a pork tenderloin.
Hey,
You
I
wouldn't
eat it
know.
all. Like,
Yeah.
if they kill it and bring it home, I eat it. I'm not going to complain. So.
Except for cat.
Yeah, I just didn't. I mean,
Yeah.
there wasn't a ton, so I wasn't going to be stingy and, eat it. But I wouldn't have any opposition to trying it.
Would you try coyote?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
No, I know what those things eat, man.
I'd probably draw the line, possum is not on the list. I'm not going to
Yeah.
eat that.
Coyotes are like vultures. I mean, them things are just nasty.
I saw that episode of Meat Eater with Ranella. He ate that coyote.
I saw that. Yeah. I don't know.
You'd think he'd have skinned it. He just burned it, hair and all.
Oh.
Well, that's got to add something
Ah,
terrible to it.
smell,
know.
if nothing
Yeah.
else. Yikes.
supposedly he knows what he's doing, but I question that. Come on, man.
Supposedly.
Allegedly, he knows what he's doing, but I don't know, man. That whole coyote things,
You cook it. It's probably fine.
Yeah, I've been around a lot of those things. I ain't never seen one of them I wanted to eat.
Yeah.
Hogs, it doesn't get much worse than a hog, and I'm all about some bacon, so.
True.
Yeah. You guys got a lot of hogs in Bluff right now?
We're getting a lot of them. Yeah.
Oh, they're terrible.
Man, we fight with those things. We got to where, like on our deer leases, we don't even plant any summer grains like corn or beans or anything because they just wipe them out. I mean, 2 years ago we had the nicest looking corn plots ever. I bet we had, in that hill ground, I bet it was still 150 bushel an acre corn. Yeah, and it literally looked like a tornado hit it.
Yeah.
I mean, they come in there and you go in there one day and it would be like a 30-yard swath that would just be flat as a pancake. The next day, it'd be like 20 more yards until they got the whole field.
Can you guys not kill those things? I mean, like, stalk them at night or something.
They're tough, though. I mean, they're smart
apparently
animals.
They're hard to kill.
Like, they're very, I don't know, people underestimate them. Because they're about like a coyote, People think a coyote's dumb, too, until you get out there and try to trap them. And you see how smart they are. But hogs they're super smart, too. The thermals is the way to go at night, That's the best way, or trapping them. Yeah, we have trapped a few of them down there. Between us and the neighbor and the landowner, we've probably caught 40 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What kind of trap are you making?
Like the ones that we were using is the big round drop traps, made out of like hog panels. Yeah. So.
Yeah, a buddy of mine made some out of the cattle panels or hog panels or whatever. Where you just drive a T-post and you kind of make it like a 9, if you will, or a 9, and they walk in. The inside one just flaps, but they can't.
They can't come back.
They can push their way through, but they can't.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because then you don't have to time them.
Right.
To
they
drop.
just walk in there on their own.
Yeah,
it's just a little bit of a process.
I bet Ryan can build that.
Yeah, I bet he can too.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a process. You start out with just the half moon. And get them eating in there, and then just add another panel the next time out, add another panel, until you got the tunnel built. Then you just leave it open where they can just walk in and out. And then eventually you
put the flap
in there, and then close it, and they'll just push in and keep coming in, catch the whole wad of it.
Then you got a freezer full.
I don't know how many y'all have over here, but they're getting to be a problem over there. I mean, it's bad, and it ain't getting no better.
Yeah.
Them things, I mean, they multiply quicker than rabbits.
Yeah, they do.
They say they start breeding at 6 months, and they have two litters a year after they're 6 months old.
I heard it was they have.
Or 3.
A sow has 3 litters a year.
Okay.
And within that first year, the
new ones are already having a litter. Yeah. So I mean, how do you compete with that?
Yeah, you can't. You can't. They destroy everything. They're not here in Scott County where I'm at too much. I had one boar on a trail camera behind my house. That was 2 years ago, and I think somebody killed him.
Just kind of a random one.
I guess so. Yeah. Whatever.
Well, that's how it started on our place too.
Yeah.
Like we got one big boar one year, and that was the only one we got. And then the next year is just like, where in the heck did they come from?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it hasn't gotten to that stage for us.
I bet the farmers over here, because they don't farm where we're at. I mean, he farms, just for deer, but. We like you guys have actual row crop farmers over here. If they get started over here, somebody's gonna be mad.
It seems like they move up and down those water systems. Like we got a big creek that runs through our place, and it seems like they travel because we'll have them, and then we'll lose them for a while, and then all of a sudden they'll be back, and it seems like they travel up and down that creek system. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Somebody else could have them for good.
Yeah, right.
It'd be just fine with me.
I've done a Gila hog.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
That was super fun.
Yeah. That's what we need to get donated for the St. Jude event.
You got any connections?
That would be awesome. Them things are expensive too.
Yeah, they are expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be popular for sure because half of our redneck crew would be bidding on that one probably.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll see. I'll make a phone call. See what'll happen. But other donations. So I talked to one of my partners, HHA Sports. They're going to donate a site and
cool, man.
Awesome.
A rest, so it should be here anytime. Alps Outdoors is donating a blind, which Tom always got stuff from them before. I didn't know that. I called them too. So he said, they're sending
y'all both hit them up.
Right. Yep. And there's a I'm working on a few others, so hopefully they'll
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, we
get some
appreciate the
stuff.
help on that, man.
Yep.
coming in with that as well.
Awesome.
Yeah. What else? Well, so if people wanted to get tickets to the dinner, where do they go to buy those?
They can go. They're actually online at Eventbrite. So if they search St. Jude VIP Banquet on Eventbrite, they can get those, or they can reach out to me, Miranda Fickert, on Facebook or on our event page, which is St. Jude Archery Shoot. They can call me. It's 573-718-2875. So, lots of ways. But the easiest thing, if they're out of town, is probably Eventbrite, because, they'll have an immediate ticket right there. You won't have to do any kind of connection or anything. But
Okay. And then the people that can't make the Friday night deal, they can still come shoot Saturday.
absolutely.
Yep, and you just got to show up there
Just
on
show up.
Saturday.
Yep,
Yep,
you don't have to have tickets. We have tickets online if you want to get your tickets in advance. It's a little easier a little faster to get through if there happens to be a line.
Yeah.
But it moves really fast on Saturday, so it's a you just come out anytime between 8 and 2, and you can take off down the trail and go shoot.
Yeah.
So.
Directions are on your Facebook page, or is there an address they can plug into MapQuest?
There's
It's a little
a
bit tough.
county road, but that's about as close as we can get. It doesn't
The archery
actually
shoot is off of NN Highway.
Yep.
Yep, on the east side of Popper Bluff.
And you'll have signs up there
Yep.
We'll
directing,
have signs. And then the VIP banquet will be at the Black River Coliseum on Friday night.
which is a neat coliseum.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a cool venue.
Yeah, it's a really cool venue.
Yep.
Yep, it's pretty neat. It works really well for this event. Like I said, we moved there last year, and we're gonna tweak the layout just a tiny bit, but it was a good event. We're gonna maybe try to get a little more track around the edges for you guys, drifter track, so we don't run over anybody this year. But
We got a whole track. They ain't no telling what we'll wipe out.
I was standing off to the side last year when that whole thing went down, and we knew it was going to be popular. I wanted to see it too, but like the entire crowd was like up out of their seats, and they were all standing in the first 10 feet right off the little track we had set up there. So we want everybody to be able to see really well this year. So that's one.
And I don't think they knew what was coming really. Like they didn't know what it was going to be about. And then as soon as it started, man, everybody was just like, they couldn't miss it. Then it was funny.
We threw around maybe putting them on the walking track, up above, but I don't think you could see any better up there, and it's pretty narrow too.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, even if it was wide open. Was it 4 lanes wide or something like that last year? And
Yep. And they crashed each other last
Oh, yeah.
year. So.
Wipe out.
Or Randy did. I don't know.
Randy
about
did.
I definitely caused some crashes.
I can't remember. Whoever it was, got out to the huge lead because, you guys had a big crash there.
5-car pileup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but that person didn't end up winning.
No,
they couldn't.
they
He couldn't
crashed
make
you.
the corner.
Yeah. Them things were tough to drive, man.
Yeah. No, it was a blast. So I can't wait. So it's what's the dates again? It's 3
August
weeks.
the 10th.
August the 10th.
The VIP is August the 10th. That's Friday night, and we're going to open the doors 5:30. The dinner will be at 6:30. The dinner will be at 6:30 that night. So there'll be a nice social hour leading up to it ahead of time. But then, we'll wrap it up that night probably. Everything's essentially done 10 or 10:30, but then we'll have live music. People can stay around as long as they want to. It's a lot of fun, and then kick off again Saturday at 8 on the 11th.
Yep.
So
All right. Was an awesome. It's an awesome event. Everybody
you.
should get out.
Thank
It's a
you.
great cause, St. Jude. So
yep, we appreciate you letting us.
Yeah, thanks for having us over.
Giving us the platform
yeah,
to be able
man,
to talk about it. So
I'm glad
I
y'all
didn't
drove
think you'd
all
have
the
me
way up.
back after the first one.
Oh no,
You were
man.
like, oh man, come back for a second. I'm like, really? Okay.
No, we'll do it again, man. We'll
Shoot,
do it
yeah.
again this fall after season.
That'd be fun.
Yep. All right, we'll wrap it up.
all right,
All
thank
right,
you
thank
so
you.
much.
Appreciate you.
coming.
Yeah,
Yep.
thank you.
This is Derek Dernberger, and you're listening to the Break Podcast.